Hey guys, happy Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Christine Gormley. So we've got some severe weather ongoing right now. Severe weather is continuing today in the southeast and mainly the east coast for many of you guys, and we'll get into those details. We do have some 3-star maps from yesterday. We have 2, and I'll get into those details. And part 2, Thursday and Friday, what to expect from that, where, and kind of what that might look like for you. I'll get into all those details. So yesterday, we had a 3-star map in Charleston, or Lake Charles, Lake Charles, Mandeville, and Pleasant Hill, Louisiana. Max size was 2 inches of hail yesterday, impacted around 45,000 homes. So, so that was yesterday, one of the areas where we got hail yesterday. And then the second one for your Monday was Panama City in the panhandle of Florida yesterday. Max size again 2 inches. Had about 8,900 homes impacted from this particular storm yesterday for your Monday. So, but this morning we did have 2 tornadoes touch down in the panhandle of Florida just earlier today. Here's some pictures of that. It looked pretty brutal in how do you pronounce? Marianna, Florida, and Lower Grand Lagoon, Florida. And here's 2 pictures from Marianna. My gosh. Anyway, moving on. So Marianna, Florida definitely got hit by some tornadoes. So that's very, very serious situation down there. And Lower Grand Lagoon as well. And we have been tracking several swaths of tornadoes this morning. So if you guys want to check that out, you can always click on the link, the QR code, I should say, and get some information from that. So several tornadoes touched down last night into this morning, if you want to get more into that on our website. So, but some upcoming events that we should talk about. SRC Summit is still on the go at the Frisco, Texas Convention Center. Get that coupon code HAIL24. You can get some money off on your registration. That's from January 9th through the 11th, so that's ongoing today into the next couple of days. So getting more into the forecast. So in the last 48 hours, like I've said, we've had lots of severe weather. Just in the last 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours yesterday for sure, and today will make 48 hours, but lots of wind from this system that's blowing through the central and eastern parts of the United States. Lots of wind reports. And moving down to the Houston area, we see tornado. A tornado report was just north of Houston yesterday, and a bunch of wind reports and hail reports just east of San Antonio last night into, or yesterday into last night, I should say. And then moving on into further east, we got another tornado report in the panhandle of Florida. That was later on, and some more hail that we can see happened in South Louisiana, southeast parts of Louisiana overnight, last night into this morning. So right now we've got ongoing this line of storms that is just moving its way, really booking its way into just into the East Coast, going to be doing this all day long, moving east, and very, very windy conditions. There was a report about 75 miles per hour just recently with portions of this, and portions of central Georgia had a 95 mile per hour winds just earlier this morning. So lots of wind and tornadoes. We'll get more into the details of that here in just a few minutes too. But going up further north from this system, it's very cold. This is rain up here in Washington. and portions of the northeast, cold rain, and then even further north there's snow on the back end of the front. There's lots of snow and it's very chilly, very cold in the northern parts of this front. So this is what that looks like, just spiraling out into the east and bringing in that really cold air for the plains, for the northern plains and the central plains for your Tuesday. And temperatures right now are in the 20s in Kansas City, 32 degrees in Oklahoma City, 42 in Dallas, 30 in Minneapolis, and then down where you get the severe weather, 51 degrees in Atlanta. It is warm enough to sustain severe weather in Florida and parts of the eastern states that are going to see severe weather, are going to continue to see severe weather later on today in the upper 70s, moisture is in the upper 60s, so it's the atmosphere is very prevalent for the severe weather. So this is what our watches and warnings look like right now currently. So we've got all kinds of severe weather in the east. We've got flood watches and warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings and watches, and we've got a few tornado warnings also that I'll talk to you guys about, and tornado watches, of course. And we've got winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings for portions of the north, Iowa, Wisconsin, portions of northern Missouri, and also portions of the northeast as well. So here's what those watches and warnings look like for the severe weather impacting South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida right now, and portions of North Carolina as well. So these are all severe thunderstorm warnings, and that purple polygon there is a tornado warning that has just been issued just recently for the for portions of the Highway 16 and portions of southeastern Georgia. So let's look at that really quick, that tornado warning, if we can, and we can just zoom right in here just south of Highway 16 and north of Highway 82. It looks like it's heading towards Alma and heading northeast towards Alma and Patterson. So if you are in that area north of Highway 84, north of Waycross, there is a tornado warning in your area, and that is going to continue to move off to the northeast. And definitely get your alerts, so the tornado warning is issued today for Tuesday until 1:30 p.m. That is Eastern Standard Time, and that is for Alma, Dixie Union, and Rockingham. So if you are in any of those locations, please find your safe spot. Please be safe. Please be aware of the situation that there is a tornado warning in your area, and it's moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. So let's zoom out, and was there another, excuse me, was there another one? I believe there was another, unless it expired. Okay, the other tornado warning has expired, thankfully. So just tornado warnings have been all along this line of storms since yesterday, since it started, and it's just been moving east overnight tonight, and it's been doing a lot of damage with some places, lots of wind damage, lots of tornado damage, and even some hail damage. So maybe let's click on one of those severe thunderstorm warnings and let's get some information on that. Let's see what maybe the winds are doing. Okay, so this one, severe thunderstorm warning, is in effect until Tuesday at 1:45, this afternoon at 1:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Alma, Hazelhurst, Nichols, Rockingham. Okay, the hail size is pretty low with this. I mean, with this linear setup, we're not going to get a ton of large hail, but we are going to get very high winds, and we're going to get tornadoes with the amount of shear and the amount of upper level lift and the amount of upper level disturbance that is with this. We're really going to see a lot of wind and tornadoes with this. So that severe thunderstorm warning was issued for 80 mile per hour winds. That's well above severe limits. So that's what we've really been seeing all up and down this line. And yes, wind reports. Thunderstorm wind reports. Okay, so the time of the report was 12:25. Okay, so one of this wind report specifically is talking about a tree down across the highway. So yeah, lots of damage, lots of trees falling over onto things can get pretty dangerous when that happens. This one in Madison County, tree down on Highway 53 and more / power line on roadway. Okay, so power lines are down in some locations, as you can expect with straight line winds like this. Also, we've seen winds up to 105 miles per hour in some places in the panhandle of Florida just this morning. So it's definitely moving, and we're expecting to see more of this today as this line really starts to impact Savannah and Charleston and more of the East Coast cities, the East Coastal cities. So I'm going to move forward now. So we looked at some of those warnings, and we looked at, there's one tornado warning out right now. So let's look at the bigger picture of this system. So this is at 12 p.m. today, and this is that system moving off to the northeast, really ramping, those jet stream winds are really ramping up as this moves off, and that's really what's also helping out with the tornadoes. But now we're looking at Thursday. We're looking at Thursday and we're looking at Friday for our next severe weather setup, and it looks very similar to this one. So this is the southwest right now at Thursday at 12 p.m. This low pressure system is going to dig further south and southeast. Again, very strong winds, around 100 plus mile per hour jet stream winds with this system, very strong Friday afternoon, and then it's going to move off into the southeast and the northeast. Snow is possible for the northeast. Severe weather is possible for the south and the southeast. Again, the East Coast will have a chance of seeing another round of severe weather this weekend, at the end of this week. But today, here are some of the dew points right now. Like I said, the atmosphere is very prime and very able to produce severe weather today. Dew points right now are in the 60s and 70s across the region, across the risk region where we're seeing all of the storms, 64-degree dew points in Jacksonville and 70s down in Florida. And along the coast, we can see dew points in the mid to upper 60s, and that's what we need for one of the main ingredients that we need for severe weather, and that's what we're getting today. So here's what our instability looks like going into this afternoon and tonight. We will continue to get that cape, which is that lift, and that moisture and lift and buoyancy really is what we need. And that's what this is, and we'll continue to really see that more so along the coastal areas, just like what we were saying yesterday. That's going to be the same for today. Coastal areas are going to see more of that instability, and even if you're not on the coast, though, you still have a chance for seeing tornadoes. You still have a chance for seeing damaging winds and some hail, and that's what we've been seeing already today. So that significant tornado parameter, again, just west of Jacksonville and along the coast, along the southeast portions of Georgia and South Carolina, and that's going to continue to move as this line moves. And basically anywhere where you see that line of storms, that you have significant tornado potential in that line of storms because of just how windy it is, the shear, and everything else with it, with the dew points and the moisture with it as well. So getting into the future track for today. So I paused it here at 3 p.m. You can see this line of storms continuing to move its way off to the East Coast. Jacksonville, you're going to see this at around 3 o'clock this afternoon. And portions of central South Carolina and southeastern Georgia and portions of central North Carolina, all the way up that line. You have a potential of anywhere of seeing winds as high as 75 to 85 mile per hour wind gusts, even higher than that in some places. and you have a pretty high chance of seeing some tornadoes anywhere along that line. I wouldn't rule that out. Anywhere where you are in that line, we've already been seeing tons of potential for that, and we've already been mapping some tornadoes. So this evening around 6:30, Georgia, you're really on the back end of it. Jacksonville, you're on the back end of it, but Raleigh, and if you're along Highway 95 in North Carolina, you could still have a potential for seeing some more severe weather this evening, and it's going to continue on into tonight. So this line is going to really start to make its way through all day today, this afternoon, this evening, and tonight it's going to start to move off into the Atlantic at around 10 o'clock tonight into tomorrow. And then behind it is very cold temperatures and even snow for some of you guys as that cold front, the cold part of that front really starts to wrap around. You'll start to feel the colder temperatures tomorrow when you're waking up on your Wednesday morning. So, moving a little bit further north and restarting the clock at 3 p.m. this afternoon, if you're around Highway 85, Raleigh, anywhere where you see this line of storms, you have that chance for seeing the tornadoes and the winds. And even portions of the East Coast, you have a chance to see maybe some quarters to nickel to quarter size hail, maybe this evening as this line moves in this afternoon into this evening. And so if you're anywhere up here in this general area where this line is, like I said, you have that chance to see those tornadoes and that hail, and mainly wind and tornadoes. Hail is not so much of a big issue today, but this evening, again, that line will really start to move off, and you guys are going to get snow for your Tuesday night into your Wednesday morning, so you'll be waking up to some pretty chilly temperatures for your Wednesday. So today, that hail forecast is just for portions of South Carolina and North Carolina. Maybe, like I said, a nickel to quarter size hail in Charleston and Wilmington are two cities on the map here. The wind forecast is a little bit more widespread, a little bit more dangerous to people out there. So Bardo has a moderate chance over there in Florida. Athens, moderate chance. Eastman, Charleston, Beaufort, you guys have a high chance of seeing some damaging winds this afternoon and this evening. You guys could see anywhere between 75 to 85 mile per hour winds, maybe even higher than that in some places. So I just would not rule anything out at this point. So today, that tornado forecast is also pretty high for those of you guys in Summerville, Albany. You guys did have some pretty high winds, but as that system moves through, I think Albany is pretty much out of that risk right now. Excuse me. And Dublin, you also have a chance to see maybe some tornadoes. That line is moving through central and eastern parts of Georgia. We've already seen some tornadoes out of it in Georgia, so that risk is still there. So today, the cities that are at risk today will be Charlotte, North Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina, Savannah, Jacksonville. A higher chance for Charleston and Savannah for this afternoon, and Columbia and Augusta are also within the risk for today for any of the tornadoes and the winds that I've been telling you guys about. So like I said, behind this front, it's going to get really cold. It's already getting cold for a lot of people, especially up north and in the Central Plains behind this front. So it's going to get cold tonight and into tomorrow. And then here's that warm front for that next severe setup for Thursday and Friday. It is really looking much of the same as this one has. So for our extended temperature outlook, January 16th through the 22nd, looks to be a lot colder for a lot of us, especially in the Midwest. So St. Louis, Chicago, Minneapolis, Oklahoma City, even Dallas, a lot colder than what we've been seeing. And warmer for those of you in the West Coast, but We're looking a lot chillier after these two systems come through. It's going to be severe weather in the front and then really cold temperatures in the back, and that's pretty much what it's looking out to be with this system and with the system for this weekend. So let's look ahead at this weekend. Thursday, or I should say the end of this week, this work week. So Thursday, we're looking at central portions of Arkansas, Louisiana and eastern Texas, and western portions of Alabama, or I should say Mississippi, for Thursday at the end of this week. And then that system, just like this one, is going to move off to the east, and it's going to impact Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, and North Carolina, and portions of Florida Panhandle all over again for this Thursday and this Friday. So stay tuned with us. We'll give you guys the details. We'll give you guys updates. We'll give you guys updates today, and definitely scan that QR code for a demo. And if you want any information for today and buy any of our maps for what's going on the East Coast today, definitely scan that QR code. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok for more information. And you guys can also give us a call at 855-334-4245 or info@hailtrace.com, or you can go to our website at hailtrace.com. Hope you guys have a good day.